The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Abbottstown, Pennsylvania's Lincoln Speedway claims to be where the action is the attraction. and decades of exciting feature events help live up to that profile. Frequented by many of the best 410 sprint car drivers in the United States, the 3/8 mile high-banked clay oval has been in operation for over 6 decades, hosting high-caliber weekly shows and multiple annual visits from the world of outlaws and all-star circuit champions alike. Lincoln's first season took place in 1953, where Walt Reagan took home the inaugural track championship. Track record holders include the likes of Greg Hodnett, Danny Dietrich, and Donnie Schatz, while families like the Dietrich, Smiths, and Ramers dominate the list of race winners and track champions along the way. And it's where we find tonight's round number 3 of the DSRL Monday Night Big Block Modified Series, presented by Racer Supply, Tim Sims, 1/8 Electric, School of Sim Racing, and Scott King Designs. We welcome you to Pennsylvania, to the .35 mile oval, for another great night of big block modified racing here with the Dirt Slingers Racing League. My name is Zach Krieger. I'll be taking you through all of the action this week. I want to thank Roger Wagner for filling in for me last week. Unfortunately, he had some personal matters and, believe it or not, as I came to find out, a throat infection to deal with. So, appreciate Roger taking over for me. And we are here at Lincoln, ready to go racing, as qualifying has just taken the green flag. We'll take a look here at a driver that we all know and recognize, the 73 machine of Larry Moody, as he works around the track for his first qualifying lap. A lot of cars checking in tonight, ready to do battle. Let's look at the standings up here for you right now. Last week, we'll take a look at that driver who won the feature last week, as he's pulled out onto the track right now, but we'll keep an eye right now on Larry Moody, the first car that we will see cross the line with our own eyes. Moody will go 8th quick at a 16.14. Christopher Morat right now top of the table with 15.71, 15.71. Got a lot of drivers, though, to deal with, including the man, the myth, the legend, the one, who won last week out, Shane Yates, in that very recognizable 11 machine. Last week's winner out at Kokomo. Shane currently on his first lap. He'll cross the line. He will go. Doesn't hit right there, so unfortunately for Yates, I think he's only going to be able to get one lap here. Very strict with hitting the wall and all that. Keeping an eye on the 11 machine of Shane Yates. Yates time by goes 9th quick at a 16.01, 16.01 for Shane Yates. Go up, driver that put himself just 10th right above Shane. That is the 44 machine, 5 machine of Tyler Schell. Schell run that low line in that 85. We'll see what his second time will be. He's at a 15.99. He will not improve. So Christopher Morat in the 07 will be the pole sitter, the quick time qualifier tonight, as we get ready for heat race number 1 to pull out onto the raceway right now. Heat race number 1 is presented by 1/8 Electric. Do apologize for taking some pauses. It's coughing, making sure everything is alright. We'll take a look here at our grid for heat race number 1, starting from the pole. The driver we were just focusing on, that 85 machine out of Pennsylvania. That is the number 85 machine of Tyler Schell. Alongside him in the 15, that's Travis Johnson. Kevin Hanley will be starting from 3rd place spot with Scott Thomason Racing, number 07. Your quick qualifier on the night, Christopher Morat on the pole. Colby Collins in the 125 and Robert Hines in the 25. It's an all 25-digit row number 3. With the man, the myth, the legend, you know him, and that is the actual Matt Westfall. Matt Westfall in the 54 machine, starting alongside Tom Hustendorf in the 32. 8 cars here for 1/8 Electric. Heat race number 1. 1/8 Electric is a fully licensed, bonded, and insured electrical company serving Oklahoma City and the surrounding areas. Founded in February of 2020, the company started with one man and his truck. Thanks to some great and loyal customers in a very short amount of time, it has now expanded into 2 teams and their own shop. They take pride in all of their work. Customer communication, satisfaction, and co-compliance is their number 1 priority. Get in touch today at 18electric.net. That's 1 spelled out, O-N-E, the number 8, electric.net. We thank 1/8 Electric for their support of the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Heat race number 1 here for the Monday Night Thunder Big Block Modified Series. It's Schell and Johnson, your front row, as we get ready to go green flag racing here at Lincoln for the first time tonight. Out of turn number 4, we're green. Shell, your leader, as they work down the back straightaway. Travis Johnson going to try and work a little bit up high. At the end of lap 1, we won't have it. Shell will be the leader. That'll be looking battle for the second place spot. Quick qualifier. Christopher Morat and Travis Johnson, my mistake. Battling it outside, wide side as they work down the back straightaway. Now Morat looking to potentially take a look at the 85s inside. He's trying to challenge for the lead as they work down the front straightaway. At the line, ooh, it was too close to tell as they work down the back straightaway. Working their way into 3 and 4. It's Paul Morat out front as we keep an eye on the 85 now. But Tyler Shelton, because he still has company with Travis Johnson a little bit further back behind. Kevin Hanley in the 4th place spot. Matt Westphal finds himself 5th. Colby Collins, Ryan Haynes, and Tom Oostendorf a little bit further down the order, but we do keep our eyes pinpointed at the front of the field. Right now, Christopher Morat takes halfway to go on that time by. A little bit of contact there from Shell. Morat got into the wall. I think we got a car a little bit further back behind getting out of control. Westphal getting a little bit all sorts of out of shape. And we got a 4-car battle for a race lead. Now here comes Tyler Shell once again. Shell down low now trying to work around Christopher Morat. Through turns 3 and 4, a little bit of a bump through the corner. 2 by 2, they work down the front straightaway. Oh, contact between Shell and Morat. The 4 of them will get sideways. They'll keep it straight and narrow. Morat now to the backside of Shell will make contact as they work down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Shell, Morat, your top 2 cars. Christopher Morat around the outside. White flag is out. Battle will be a little bit further back. We keep an eye on the battle for the front, though. Shell got to the back bumper of Morat. Doesn't do it. What does Shell have? He gives him the bumper. They make contact. Here comes Travis Johnson. He'll slide on by and pick up 1-8 Electric Heat Race number 1. Christopher Morat will cycle it back to be able to get to second. Tyler Shell rounding out the top 3. So we are quickly going to pop here and just take a look. Top 4 going to the feature head to make sure we got our information right. So the top 4 there for heat race number 1 will look like this. Travis Johnson snuck away with the win. Christopher Morat, Tyler Shell, and Colby Collins will all transfer into our A main. We'll see Kevin Hanley, Ryan Hines, Matt Westphal, and Tom Oostendorf in our B main. We'll take a look here at the grid for Tim Sims heat race number 2. It will look like this. Total Racing number 12 machine of Zach Dykstra will start from the pole. Alongside him, the 214 machine of Steven Lindau. Jacob Schmutz in the 1 and the other Total Racing car. The 22 of Brandon Voiles will start from 4th. Buddy Ware, Larry Moody keep row number 3 occupied with Patrick Lucio and Cody Terry. Rounding out row number 4. Heat race number 2 is brought to you by Tim Sims. Tim's Dirt Track Simulators have been bringing entertainment to local racetracks and traveling trade shows and race venues across the country since 2004. What started with a few guys hanging out playing a game in the basement has turned into a dream job for owner Tim Nichols, who we will see in a later heat race. Coming from a family with a long history of dirt racing and having a passion for the sport, Tim brought his dream to life by designing and building simulators for huge racing events. From the Kings Royal, Knoxville Nationals, Chili Bowl, SEMA, PRI shows, and much more, Tim Sims have been anywhere and everywhere in their 19 years. Join the fun and book your event today at timsims.com. We thank Tim Sims for sponsoring heat race number 2. Dykstra and Lindau, your top 2 cars here in heat race number 2. They'll get the cars fired off as they hit the cone out of turn number 4. Out of 4 from close to the floor, and we're green. Contact a little bit further behind. We're going to get some cars up and over. We will go yellow immediately. Well, it didn't last long. We'll go back and see what happened a little bit further on back in the pack, keeping an eye on the car of Brandon Voiles, it looks like. Voiles, the car up on the high line, that 22 machine, as they worked out of the corner. Oh, and contact there with the 49 machine of Buddy Ware. And unfortunately, all those drivers will get collected together. And that will bring out the yellow flag. So not exactly the way that we would expect things to go here at the start of Tim Sims heat race number 2. One to go signal comes out from the field. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. We will try it again. We'll take a little bit of an up top view here as they work down the back straightaway. Field in the hands of the 18 of Zach Dykstra as they work through turns 3 and 4. Let's try this one again. Heat race number 2 is back underway. Dykstra with the good launch. He'll lead them down the front straightaway. Jacob Schmutz right on the rear bumper as they work down the back straightaway. Contact a little bit further, all sorts of around the pack. We stay green through 3 and 4. It's the 18 machine right now. Zach Dykstra with your lead. Cars going around a little bit further back, and we will go yellow. This one looks to be Cody Terry, unfortunately. Go up into our chopper cam and see what we can see with the, I think it's the 93 of Cody Terry it is. Ooh, a little bit of contact there with the 99 of Lucio, and into 3 and 4, sorry, 1 and 2, just overcooks it a little bit, makes some contact with the 73 machine of Larry Moody, and will take himself back to the pits. We go yellow once again here in heat race number 2. So, one sign will go up from Barnard Flag Man as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Get these cars double filed up, get ready to go. Here, heat race number 2, presented by Tim Sims as we get ready. Let's try this one again. 5 laps to go at the line as they work through turns 3 and 4. We're green out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Focus turns to the 214, the 1J, and the 73. In the order, Schmutz, Lindau, Moody, but they're swapping them left, right, and center as they're working their way through heat race number 2. 3 wide there for a short second as they work down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4 they slide. Down the front straightaway they will come. Now Jacob Schmutz has made it to the back of the leader. Zach Dykstra, you've got company as they work down the back straightaway with 3 laps to go. Schmutz with a slide job will park in on the nose. Dykstra will turn right back down under him. Contact a little bit further behind. Brandon Boyles gets into the wall. We stay green. 6 cars all put a blanket over them for the race lead as they work down the back straightaway. Keeping our eyes on the 1J of Jacob Schmutz. Schmutz gonna look to low. They work down the front straightaway. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Through turns 3 and 4 right now. Sorry, 1 and 2. It's Zach Dykstra as they work down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Dykstra out front. He's not going to see a challenge, and down the front straightaway, Zach Dykstra will pick up heat race number 2. Jacob Schmutz, Larry Moody, and Steven Lindau will all transfer into our A main. We'll see Patrick Colusio and the rest of that field as we get the results quickly up here onto your screen. Patrick Colusio, Buddy Ware, Brandon Voiles, and Cody Terry will all make their way into our B main a little bit later on tonight. potentially try and grab one of those last chance qualifier spots. Heat race number 3 up onto the racing surface right now. Heat race number 3 brought to you by Racer Supply. And the grid will look like this. Last week's winner out at Kokomo in the 11, the Rocket Racing Esports number 11, Shane Yates, will start from the pole with Steven Fernberger in the 29, starting alongside him. Nathan Vossi and Braden Eiler will start 3rd and 4th. We'll see the Raw Power Motorsports number 31 of Roger Wagner and the 131 of Tim Nichols in row number 3, with the Scott Thomason Racing number 2 of Scott Thomason and Kyle Eiserer in the 7 machine, rounding out our 8 cars here in heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 brought to you by Racer Supply, a new racing directory app free for everyone to use. Just download our app and enjoy turn-by-turn directions to all racetracks listed. Download wherever apps can be found today. We thank Racer Supply for their support of heat race number 3. The field took the 1 to green signal. It looks like we're just missing the 7 machine of Kyle Eiserer, so 7 cars here in heat race number 3. And it's Yates and Fernberg, your front row as they work through turns 3 and 4. We're green at turn number 4. Down the back straightaway they go. Battle for the 3rd place spot. Braden Eiler working in front of Stephen Fernberg, sorry. We've got cars getting all sorts of out of shape down the back, down the front straightaway. Roger Wagner, Tim Nichols swap in some paint. They'll keep it all straight and narrow. We stay green. Keeping an eye on the 5 machine of Braden Eiler working that low line. That 37 car on the screen working it well, doing a good job holding that bottom line. So they work down the back straightaway, trying to work around the 562 of Vossi. Five laps to go here in the heat race. Shane Yates starting to run just a little bit away with it. Braden Eiler making his way to the bottom side, working around Vossi. Gonna have some pressure though through turns 3 and 4. Nathan Vossi not letting Eiler get away with that spot as they work down the back. 4 laps to go here. Halfway down, halfway to go as they work down the back straight away. Still keeping an eye on the battle for the 2nd place spot. A second is the gap between 2nd and the leader. Now Eiler once again to the inside of that 562 machine. Whatever Braden Eiler has there on the bottom, it seems to be working. He's cleared Vossi as they work down the back straightaway. New 2nd place car, that's the 37 of Braden Eiler. Vossi going to take a look up to the high line once again. The popsicle sticks are out for Shane Yates a little bit further up. 2 laps to go here. The battle is still for the 2nd place spot. Eiler on the bottom, Vossi up top, and it looks like Braden Eiler has just gained that little bit more. There's some contact a little bit there between the 2 of them. White flag is out here, though, at the front of the field. Shane Yates took your pole sitter, hasn't looked back at all. He'll work his way through turns 3 and 4, and it's the 11 machine of Shane Yates picking up heat race number 3, presented by Racer Supply. Braden Eiler, Nathan Vossi, and Steven Fernberg will round out your 4 cars going on into the main. Roger Wagner, Tim Nichols, Scott Thomason, and Kyle Eiserer all will make their way into our B main a little bit later on in the night. And speaking of RLCQ, why don't we talk about it right now? Because the Scott King Design B main is up onto the track right now, and we'll take a look here at the grid for our 12 cars. Quickly going to work on just a wee bit of a little mechanical issue. And we do have it all, so it's a fixed. 8 cars will transfer into the main tonight. 4 cars will be going home, and the grid will look like this. The 110 machine of Kevin Hanley will be starting from the pole. Patrick Lucio in the 99 starting from 2nd. The 31, the Raw Power Motorsports number 31 of Roger Wagner will be starting from 3rd, with Ryan Hines in the 25 starting 4th. 5th will go to Buddy Ware, with 6th going to Tim Nichols, Matt Westfall in 7th, and Brandon Voiles in 8th. Scott Thomason, Tom Ustendorf, Cody Terry, and Kyle Eiserer round out your 12 cars here in the heat race. Cody Terry and Kyle Eiserer unfortunately not going to make the call here for our B main. So it looks like 2 cars will be going home tonight. 2 cars will at least start the B main will be going home tonight as we get ready for Scott King Design B main. For high quality vinyl wraps, decals, and printing, get in touch with Scott King Design. Starting in 2003, Scott is your one-stop shop for all things graphics. Get in touch today at scottkingdesigns.co. We thank Scott for being our sponsor of our B main tonight. Scott, wherever you may be, we hope you're watching. Last I heard, he was in some trouble with his Mrs. King. Who knows? We miss Scott. Scott, we want you back if you're listening. B-main time, though, coming up. 12 laps. 8 will move on. 2 will go home. We get ready to go with Hanley Coluccio, Wagner, and Hines, the top 4. As we work through turns 3 and 4, let's go B-main racing. Contact a little bit further on behind. Cars getting all sorts of tangled up, and we'll go yellow. So, I don't think that one's going to count. We'll take a look here at what happened on the race start, and already we can see some little bit of contact there for the 31 of Roger Wagner. That's that all pink car. We'll take a look here at what happened on the start. Ooh, checking up is Killer, and unfortunately for Buddy Ware, he's just going to get tangled up, but it almost looked like they all pretty much stacked up on the start, and unfortunately, the yellow flag will fly. So Roger will make his way to the pits. Buddy will tag the back. We're gonna take one. We're gonna send one home now. So we got 12 laps here in our B main, getting ready to go. As the pace car makes his way in, we get ready to go back green flag racing here in our B main. This track, not for the faint of heart, and we've seen that so far in our heat races at the start of the B. As we get ready to go back green flag racing out of turn number 4, we're back green. Hanley right now the leader as we take a little bit further back of a look. Let the ticker get itself back together. Take it a look a little bit further back. Brandon Boyles, Matt Westfall going at it. Now the 131 of Tim Nichols getting involved and almost gets contact. He'll keep it straight in there. We stay green. 5 laps to go. Side by side battle for that spot. We'll take a look back. Right now, Tom Oostendorf in the 9th spot. You'd be the car going home. But right now, swapping positions is the name of the game. These guys all battling it out for starting position as they work down the front straight away. Contact a little bit further back between Thomason and Ware they keep it straight. We stay green. Boyle is going to throw a little bit of a crisscross applesauce on Matt Westfall. Send the slider through. Move Brendan Voiles up into that 4th place spot. Westfall says, I don't think so. He'll take a look back to the inside as they work through turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go this time by the popsicle sticks are out. Voiles with position. Out front, Kevin Hanley in that 110 Racing 110 machine. Been doing a fantastic job. Take a little bit of a look back. Patrick Coluccio and Ryan Hines battling it out for the 2nd place spot as the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go here in our B main. Side by side as they work down the back straightaway, but out front working through turns 3 and 4. The man who everybody was supposed to catch picks it up. Kevin Handley will move on to our A main. Patrick Lucio, Ryan Hines, Brandon Voyles, Matt Westfall, Buddy Ware, Tim Nichols, and Scott Thomason all will go into the main. We will see Tom Ustendorf. We'll see Ustendorf, Roger Wagner, Cody Terry, and Kyle Iser hopefully next week. As we get some cars out onto the racing surface right now. Gonna let these guys work the track in just a little bit. We will go and pay some bills. We'll come back with the sights and sounds of Big Block Modifieds until our feature. So that being said, we will see you in a little bit. Alright, and just like that, the time for talking is over. The time for actions is upon us. We got 20 cars, and we've got a lot of laps ready to go here at Lincoln Speedway for our A-Main. So we will look at this look at the grid for our A-Main tonight. Starting from the back, moving from the front, we find our B-Main cars: Scott Thomas and Tim Nichols, Buddy Ware, Matt Westfall, Brandon Voyles, Ryan Hines, Patrick Lucio, and Kevin Handley. Looking a little bit further ahead, though, we see the 29 of Stephen Fernberg, starting from 12th with Stephen Lindau in the 214, starting 11th. Colby Collins in the 125 will be starting with 10th. 9th place will go to Nathan Bossi in the 562. Looking a little bit more forward, starting from the 8th place spot, that's the 73 machine of Larry Moody, and the Pennsylvania driver in the 484, that's Tyler Schell. Braden Nyler in the 5 will be starting alongside the 1 of Jacob Schmutz, with the Scott Thomason Racing number 07 of Christopher Morit, and the Rocket Racing Esports number 11 of Shane Yates starting from 3rd. Your front wheel will look like the whole racing number 12 of Zach Dijkstra, with the 15 machine of Travis Johnson, your pole sitter on the night. As we get ready to go racing here for our A main. A reminder that Braden Nyler, Shane Yates, the 2 winners. Travis Johnson, Zach Dijkstra, your front row, looking a little bit ahead. Can't quite yet, as we get ready to go A main racing here tonight at Lincoln Speedway. They will work through turns 3 and 4. The green flag in the air, the pedal goes down to the floor. Out of 4, we're green in A main racing here at Lincoln. Caution flag comes out onto the raceway. We got a few cars tangled up together. Take a look at what happened. I see right now the 562, if I'm not mistaken, being involved in it. We'll take a little bit of top cam, see what happened to Nathan as he worked into turn 1. Unfortunately, he's kind of overcooks it. Cars checking up around him, and I think that's Larry Moody, Matt Westfall, the 22 Braden Voiles, Buddy Ware, all going to get themselves collected as well. And we will go yellow for the first time tonight here in our 40 lap A main. Well, these A mains, they aren't the easiest to start, at least. Of course, you got 20 cars in a very small track. It's going to be cramped, it's going to be crowded, and it's going to be chaos on a race start. And unfortunately, that is just what happened that time by. But the lights go off on the iRacing pace truck, and we get ready to go back green flag racing. We'll see if these guys can do it once again, maybe make it a little bit easier on each other. They're going to go single file here as they work through turns 3 and 4. Let's try it one more time. Hopefully this time is the charm as they work out of 4. Green flag is out, and we're racing. Three wide battle, a little bit back behind our leaders. Travis Johnson, your leader. Zach Dijkstra, Shane Yates, all battling it out. Then we see a 3 wide battle between the 1 of Schmutz, the 37 of Eiler, and the 07 of Christopher Morit. Eiler will come out on top. He'll start to track down your race leader. Speaking of tracking down our race leader, Travis Johnson's got some pressure from behind. Zach Dijkstra starting to close that gap. So is last week's winner in the 11, Shane Yates. Yates running that high line, gonna have to check and slow down just a wee bit in order to not get into the back of that 18 machine. Car hard into the wall a little bit further back behind. That's Christopher Morit, and we go yellow. Obviously not something you want to see at the mid of a race, and Christopher Morit, unfortunately, pretty much know what happened, so kind of can see it from the back as it works through 1 and 2, trying to work below that 1J of Jacob Schmutz. And it was a into 3 and 4. Plunk hits the wall. Gets himself moved around down there on the bottom side. And brings out the yellow flag. So unfortunate there for Morat. Wouldn't want to see that happen, obviously. But sometimes it is what it is. We'll get to try this one again. 4 laps in the books, 36 to go as when we take the green. We will double file them back up. As we get ready to go back green flag racing here at Lincoln for the Monday Night Big Block Modified Series. Working out turn number 4, Johnson will bring them back to the green, and we're back underway. We're going to get some cars tangled up through 1 and 2. We're going to keep it green, or at least try to, as we keep an eye on the battle for the race lead. Travis Johnson, your leader. He's got Zach Dexter right behind him, but we will go yellow. We'll go back and see what happened. We had one car getting all up into the wall. We'll take a look back at what happened. This was on the restart. Just keep an eye a little bit further ahead as they worked into the corner. There's contact from about everywhere, and some cars gonna tangle it up. Kevin Hanley works down the back, gets into the wall, and out of the park he goes. Which brings out the third yellow of the night. Lights off on the pace truck. Field still in the hands of Zach Dykstra. Sorry, Travis Johnson. Zach Dykstra right behind him. As we work out of turn number 4, let's try this one again. Back underway. Travis Johnson, your race leader. He's got pressure from behind Zach Dykstra. Right now they're closing in on the top of those cars as well. A little bit of a battle a little bit further back behind. That's the 125 and 44. Colby Collins, Tyler Schell going at it. As now we got a battle once again for the race lead there momentarily. Got side by side. Keeping an eye on that second place car, that 18. Machine of Zach Dykstra. Colby Collins, Jacob Schmutz getting themselves together, and we will go yellow. We'll take a look at what happened there. Colby Collins in that 115 machine. And unfortunately there's a little bit of contact there with Schmutz. Schmutz goes around, goes up and over, back on all 4 wheels. Westfall then comes and cleans him out. And we go yellow. We'll do a file, then back up, get ready to go back. Green flag racing here. 9 laps in, 31 to go. This time Johnson picks the high line to restart on as they work through turns 3 and 4. Out of 4, we're back in green flag racing. Battle now for the second place spot. Yates like that restart because he got the start on his preferred line, that top side. Shane Yates trying to make a comeback up into that second place spot. He does. Move Shane Yates into the second place spot now. Keeping an eye a little bit further back, Braden Nyler down on the bottom, and that's 37 machine yellow. Taking a look back here at the 562 machine of Nathan Fossey. He gets turned around, is able to get back looped around before the front pack comes, but unfortunately I actually might think that yellow got called for Matt Westfall pulling out onto the track. Not 100% sure though, quote me on that. Travis Johnson still your leader. Let's try this one last time, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that they can get themselves figured on out. 5th time is the charm. Field back double file. Let's bring him out of turn number 4, and we will go back underway as they work down. Nope. Let's try this one last time. I think we had some cars figuring out the order still as they work through turns 3 and 4. We're going to try it one more time. Out of turn number 4, we're back green. Good start from Johnson. Yates and Dykstra going to go side by side. Give Yates the position with the momentum down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4, Shane Yates going to run that high line. Try and get momentum as they work down the front straightaway. The 11 machine looking good so far here in the main. And as they work down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4, Shane Yates moves up into the race lead. A winner 1 week ago at Kokomo. Right now your leader at lap 14. 15 as they cross the line. Larry Mooney has run into some trouble. He gets his car back on the correct direction. We stay green. Look a little bit further back behind the field. Braden Nyler, Zach Dykstra, Tyler Schell all going at it. Ooh, contact! Dykstra hard into the wall. Schell hard into the wall. Yellow flag on the surface. And we had a bird's eye view at that. We were watching that like a hawk. Zach Dykstra and Tyler Schell unfortunately coming together. This is what caused it as they work down the front straightaway. The 18's Dykstra, the 85 is Schell. And Dykstra just works up the track and unfortunately gets hooked by Schell. Schell goes around right into him. Schell tries to look like a dog with socks on and can't move around. We go yellow for the 6th time tonight. Well, one good thing out of that green flag run, Shane Yates able to jump up and retake, or not retake, but take the race lead. As we get ready to go back green with the file field back up, Yates used that high line on that last restart, and it worked for him. He goes low this time. And we'll see what the 11 has up his sleeves as they work down the back straightaway, ready to go back green flag racing here in our A main. Works out of 4, puts on floor, green flag back out and underway for Shane Yates. Goes right to the top side, looks to be the one that works. Look a little bit further back, we got some cars going side by side down the back straightaway. That's Steven Lindau and Braden Eiler battling it out for the final podium spot. Now, Eiler looks to the inside of Travis Johnson. Momentum on that low line work there for the 37 machine. Down the back straightaway, it's going to work for him once again. Move Braden Eiler back up in that second place spot. He's chasing down the race leader, Shane Yates. Braden Eiler, Travis Johnson side by side, RACING down the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway they go. Shane Yates out front, 22 laps to go. Johnson, a little bit of a love tap there with the wall. We'll go back a little bit further back and we'll take a look at the cockpit view. This is not the correct view. This is the correct view of the battle for the second place spot. Riding on board with the 214 of Steven Lindau, that 4th place car. Now we're going to go one more up. Right on board with Travis Johnson. See him trying to work that outside line. Johnson a little bit lower down on the high line than Yates. But Yates right now holding down that top spot. So we've just passed the halfway point. It is all Shane Yates out front. Braden Eiler slowly starting to close that gap. Look a little bit further back, Ryan Hines under pressure from Jacob Schmutz. Jacob Schmutz under a little bit of pressure from the 29. That's Bernberg. But attention goes right back up towards the front as Yates, 18 laps to go, 22 in hand for the 11 machine. But Eiler slowly starting to close that gap. Caution on the raceway. Larry Moody gets it out of shorts. Shape and shorts combined. And we'll bring out the yellow. Going in the 3-4. Works down the front straightaway into the 1-2. Ooh, inside wall will bite him. Gets that 73 machine looped around and brings out the 7th yellow of the night. Now this would be the time where I go and play a Whopper commercial, but unfortunately don't have one of those available, so we'll just stay with our eyes on the race leader Shane Yates, who was slowly being reeled in by the 37 machine of Braden Eiler. Would the move have happened is the question. We'll wait and find out, see if anything comes of that as they work down the front straightaway. They should see the 1 to go signal this time by. They will double file them back up and get ready to go back green flag racing here at Lincoln with just 14 laps to go. 18 laps to go, my mistake. Yates and Eiler bring them back to green out of turn number 4. We're back underway. Keeping an eye on the back pack behind Yates as it's a battle to say the very least. Steven Lindau now going at it with the 15 machine. Oh, Cooper going to fall down the order. That's the 15 machine, Travis Johnson. Big move! The car goes around. That's going to cause a big issue, and we will go yellow. Colby Collins getting together there. Brings out the yellow. A few cars got out of sorts there. We'll first take a look at Collins. Is Colby making contact there with the 25? He's going to look low through 3 and 4. Gets a little bit overcooked. Makes some contact and around he goes hard into the wall. We'll take a look at what happened to Larry Moody, because Moody ran into some trouble as well in that 73 machine. And I'll tell you, it looks like Nichols just checked up there, or potentially got a little too sideways, and Moody got sideways with him, and then Westfall comes through and gets a piece of him by accident, and unfortunately brings out the yellow. Now we've got 14 laps to go as we get ready to go back green flag racing here momentarily. Shane Yates doing a good job holding down this race lead. Braden Eiler, though, keeping him honest, giving him a run for his money on that outside line. Don't count out Travis Johnson, or he's been slowly starting to sneak his way up. Steve Lindau potentially could be looking at a pretty good spot. Yates going to bring them back to the green here as they work out of turn number 4. Good restart for Shane. He's going to be able to pull away down the back straightaway, side by side between Eiler and Johnson for the second place spot. Johnson down low, Eiler up high as they work through 3 and 4. It's going to be Eiler still. A little bit of contact there between Johnson and the 214 machine of Steven Lindau. Oh, we got contact all sorts of around the pack. Cars getting all sorts of out of control, out of shape, out of wiggles. We stay green here. Travis Johnson, your third place car. Braden Eiler in second, chasing down the 11 machine of Shane Yates. Yates works in and out of the corner and down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Yellow flag will come out. It looks like Buddy Ware and Steven Fernberg have gotten it into each other. 25 and 49 battling it out. And unfortunately, Ware just gonna get hooked by his sinker. Oh, tries to grip roll that car. Unfortunately, gonna take it back to the pits. We see yellow. 10 laps to go. Just 2 hands left to Boogie. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing pace truck will make its way back into pits. 10 laps to go at the line. Shane Yates, Braden Nyler, Steve Lindau now, your top 3. Sorry, Travis Johnson, your top 3. As they work through turns 3 and 4. It's all Shane Yates. Green flag back out and underway. For the first time, Eiler stays with Yates a little bit there for the restart. And now they're going to be side by side through turns 3 and 4. Still though, it's Yates out front. Taking a little bit of a look back. Steve and Lindau looks that high line, uses it. He moves into that 3rd place spot just around Travis Johnson. Jacob Schmutz in that 1J going to try as well. Try and sneak his way by. Cars into the wall a little bit further on behind. We stay green. The 214 of Steven Lindau currently holds that 3rd place spot. We're going to battle for the race lead here for just a second as we keep the eye on the battle for 4th. Schmutz and Johnson going at it as they work down the back straightaway. Jacob Schmutz currently holding the position down, but Travis Johnson not letting him get away. Caution flag comes out. And I'll tell you, that saved Steven Lindau because Lindau got out of control, got out of sorts through turns 3 and 4, got himself up against the wall, climbed it a little. Because of the yellow flag, will revert to the previous lap, and Lindau will be able to keep his 3rd place spot. We go back and see what happened. It looks like Colby Collins may have made some contact in his 15 machine. And ooh, he's going to get into the wall and get that car up on a few wheels and bring out our yellow flag. So 10 cars remain as we get ready to go back green at flag racing. 11 cars remain, my mistake. As it would be Shane Yates to bring them back to the green. In that 11 machine, single file restarts here on out. Out of turn number 4, we're back underway. Battle is for the race lead momentarily, but Yates going to run that high line. He'll have the momentum, and he'll be able to run away from the 37 of Braden Nyler. Nyler with just 5 laps to try and make something of that 2nd place. Down the back straightaway paces even with Yates. Shane Yates sees 4 to go here as he crosses the line. Battles a little bit further back. Travis Johnson, Jacob Schmutz still going at it. We keep our attention focused on the race leader. Through 1 and 2, you can really see how treacherous this track is with just 3 laps to go. Eiler started to close the gap just a little bit. It opens down the straightaways, but Eiler able to get it down in the corners. Shane Yates, though, staying strong. He'll come through turns 3 and 4. The laundry is about to be hung. The white flag comes out here. 1 lap to go. Battle for the 3rd place spot heating on up. We'll take a look at the battle for the 3rd place spot. Focusing forward, though, right now through turns 3 and 4. It's going to be the 11 machine. He'll go 2 for 2. Shane Yates picks up the win tonight. Braden Nyler finishes 2nd, and Steven Lindau will steal the 3rd place spot away from Travis Johnson, who brings it home 4th. Ryan Hines will round out your top 5, but it is all Shane Yates. picks up his second feature win of the season. We'll let the drivers get themselves all sort of situated here. Which they do. We will talk to our drivers. We will start with our third place finisher on the night, the driver of the 214 machine, and bring him up into our booth. Mr. Lindau, Steven, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you bring it home in a third place. It was definitely a hard-fought battle. Tell me about that final restart and those kind of few last laps.
I mean, I was sweating it right there. I ended up breaking my car right before the caution come out. I thought I was kind of screwed, but luckily I was able to hang on to it.
A good finish for you tonight, and definitely had to work for it. Finishing second or finishing third to Shane and Braden got to feel pretty good. As we're still kind of early on in the season, still everybody's kind of finding their footing.
Yeah, I would definitely not upset with finishing behind those two. They're both real quick, real good drivers. I mainly just tried to play the game of survive. There was a lot going on there, and tried to keep my nose clean the best I could and hang on to it.
We bring home a third place finish on the night. Who do you need to thank for your finish tonight before we let you go celebrate?
I got to thank everyone over at American Dirt Motorsports. Great group of guys that I run with. Really help out a lot during the week with practice setups, all that. Then all our sponsors: Dirtco Media House, Ram Designs, 34 Raceway, WFO Race Engines, Toro Media, Highline Racing, Sprint Car Insider, Boneheads Podcast, and Equipment Geek. And then I also got to thank Roger for putting this all on, and you for the broadcast.
He's a 214 machine, and he finishes third on the night. Stephen Lindau, congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
That was the driver of the 214 machine, Stephen Lindau. We'll take a look now and talk to our second place driver on the night, the number 5, the number 37, whichever his fancy. We'll bring him into the booth here. The 37 machine of Braden Nyler. Braden, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, it definitely looked to be on there for a little bit, and then it wasn't on there for a bit, and then it was on there for a bit. Tell me about that feature.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, the amount of yellows we had, because I know we definitely had a good track to race on the start of it, and it just seems like everybody was wanting to throw sliders and not be patient whenever there was, a nice groove down the bottom to race on. So, unfortunately, in the beginning, it was, or really the majority of it, we just kind of paced around and got a couple laps of race. But Shane he just had a better car than me for the most part. I mean, I went up top, but I just didn't exactly have the drive off I would have liked to stay up there. And on the bottom, I just didn't really have enough side bite to, consistently run in there and keep up with him. So, he was just a little bit better than us, but, still somewhat happy for the amount of time that I do run these.
And you had battles all over the place, and this is a very interesting track. What are kind of the challenges of Lincoln Speedway? Kind of I would say almost a smaller track for these cars.
Yeah, it is. It's bigger as far as or not really bigger, but it's a decent size as far as the overall length goes. But it's just, narrow on the straightaways and tighten the turns. So, a lot of guys kind of have a little bit of trouble with that. But, for me, I was just like, I felt, good about running the bottom most of the night. I felt like I was going to be able to run up there fairly quick down there. But, we didn't really get much racing in. So the track kind of glazed off a little bit sooner without time to get racing in. So, like I said, he was just a little bit better than me for the end of it. I felt kind of good about it in the warm-up, but, it just got a little slicker than I thought.
Well, second, still a very good sight. Who needed to thank for the finish tonight?
Oh, I just got to thank Tyler for racing with me for once. I know he wrecked out, but it's always nice to have somebody to race with, and thanks to Roger and everybody for putting this deal on.
Well, he finishes second on the night. That's the driver of the 37 machine, Braden Nyler. We'll move up, talk to our race winner on the night. Get a good camera angle here. Really make Shane pop. It's been a long, long while since I've talked to our race winner, and the driver of the 11 machine gets it done for a second week in a row. Shane, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Well, it's been a bit, and unfortunately wasn't able to see you last week, but 2 wins in a row. How good does it feel?
That feels good, man. Especially me not run these big blocks very much. It feels pretty good.
Well, 2 wins in a row, and obviously with more season to go, how excited are you looking forward to these next few rounds? It's a small gap in the championship, and you're starting to slowly reel them in, or after missing week number 1. How excited are you for these upcoming races?
I'm pretty excited, man. I was hoping there's a drop week or something. Maybe it helped me out. But usually, if you miss one race, and there ain't no drop weeks, I don't know if they are or not. It's really kind of hard to get the championship. Not if you just win constantly, and I don't think that's going to happen to me. I might be wrong, but I might get lucky and win a bunch of them. Who knows? But yeah, the car felt good, man. I have to thank Sean McPeak, buddy. He set me up, buddy. It was tight. I feel like I was packing a tire up on the top for the most part of it. I was like, what in the world?
Well, you bring home the win tonight, and who do you need to thank for your win before we let you go and celebrate?
I thank my teammates, Premier Racing Setups, all them guys over there. There's a few of them in here. Justin, I think there's another one in here that was on my team. Just didn't have good luck tonight. Appreciate them guys. And I appreciate TNT. That's another team I'm on. I'm on 2 different teams. I'm on a street stock team and a late model team. So, I got to thank everybody. I want to thank Roger for putting this on and broadcasting, man. Appreciate it, guys.
We'll let you go and celebrate your win with the crew a little bit later on. Congratulations, Shane.
All right, thank you, man.
Shane, it's the winner of the race tonight. He'll get 2 in a row this season. He'll be the first driver to do 2 in a row. And we will look at our finishing results here before we let you go. It'll look like this. Shane Yates picks up the win. Braden Nyler, Stephen Linda, Travis Johnson, and Ryan Hines round out the top 5. Jacob Schwutz, Larry Moody, Nathan Vossi, Patrick Calusio round out the cars on the lead lap, with Matt Westfall, the final car on the track at the finish. Colby Collins, Buddy Ware, Stephen Fernberg, Tim Nichols, Zach Dykstra, Tyler Schell, Braden Voiles, Christopher Moret, Kevin Hanley, and Scott Thomason. Unfortunately, all ran into issues early, ending their nights. Well, it was definitely a very, very long race, and Shane Yates, the winner at the end of the fight. Not at the war, though. It's just a single battle in a long war of big block modified races on Monday nights. We'll be back next week once again for some more dirt racing action here on the Dirt Racing Network. For myself, Zach Krieger here with the Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Big Block Modified Series. We want to thank Racer Supply, Tim Sims, 18 Electric, Scott King Designs, and School of Sim Racing for their support of the series. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on the night. Hope we see you guys next week. Want to remind you, keep it dirty, keep the racing at the racetrack, and we will see you guys in the next